Hey everyone, this is Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches. Thank you for joining me today for FlossTube number 2. To those of you who subscribed to my channel after last week's video, thank you so much. If you're new here, you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would appreciate it. My channel is mostly about cross stitch. I might throw some quilting in here or there, maybe a little bit of life updates. But pretty much quilting and cross stitch are my two favorite hobbies. I do a bit of crocheting. I don't do a whole lot of it. Just, you know, it comes in and out of favor in my life. So right now it's cross stitch and quilting. I did not get a whole lot of stitching done last week. It was my husband and I's 32nd wedding anniversary, and he had taken 2 days off of school, and we had planned on driving down to New Orleans, just spending some time, you know, touring the city. We've been before, we enjoyed it, but honestly, I don't enjoy crowds. I enjoy the outlying areas where the homes are. I enjoy that, but as for like Jackson Square and where everybody is and con artists are and strange people, I was just like, you know, I don't know if I really feel like doing New Orleans. And so, and the drive is long, not very long, it's 3 hours, but it's boring. So we decided to drive up to Natchez, and we took the river road, not the river road, but the road up beside the river, and enjoyed our time. It was a quiet drive. It was, we talked. I was going to bring some stitching, but I left it at home so that I could spend quality time with my husband. And we spent the day there. We came home and went to dinner that night, and he was off the next day, so we just kind of chilled. We went and got a king cake because it is king cake season here. And then he took me to my favorite creative reuse store where I made my first purchase of the year. And I know I'm in a stitch from stash, but this creative reuse store is one of the places that I do allow myself to shop at because I don't want them going out of business. So that's pretty much what we did. Friday night we went out for ball crawfish, and if you can't tell by now, I am from Louisiana, born and raised. So here we are. So I am going to start with my main stitch, which is Pandemic by Long Dog. And y'all, I did not take the time to iron anything at all, so bear with me. So this is my Pandemic by Long Dog, right here. This week I finished this part right here. I had started it Monday, I think it was, and then I came over because I have an error here, a mistake here, a stitch count wrong here. I didn't want to go up any further until I was able to get here from either side so that I could kind of fudge it because I'm not into ripping. And then I worked on this peachy coral area here. So that's what I did last week. So this is my main stitch. I stitch this every day except for weekends, and now I have taken out Tuesday out of the rotation because I joined the Riolis stitch along. I've never done a Riolis kit, but Michelle at Romantic Tango has basically beamed about Riolis kits, and so when they did their sale, I had some kits that I had purchased at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and I thought, well, I'm gonna do one. So I picked one. Well, actually my youngest son, my middle child, picked one for his sister that he thought she would like. And before you think they're like sweet and loving, they're not. They're adults, and he just said, oh, Lydia would like that one. So that's what I did. And then so I started my Riolis. And so this is what I did here. Well, let me show you. This is what I'm doing right here. This Riolis kit right here. Feline Family. And she loves cats. We won't let her have one because we have dogs, and I don't feel like dealing with it. We've had cats before. We lived on a farm, and we had about 20 barn cats. Yeah, they kind of got out of hand before we could do anything about it. So there we go. So this is what I've done right here. Not a whole lot. Now I do have to say Riolis is, I was actually not thrilled about blending. I avoid blending in my normal stitching, mainly because I use the loop method, and blending does not allow me to use the loop method. At least I haven't figured out a way to do it. But it really looks nice. So that is this little part right here that I'm working on. Excuse my nails. I'll use this. This little part right here. This is what I'm working on. So that is that. And then I worked on a weekend stitch. And a weekend stitch is something that I allow myself to complete, something that I want to complete in a weekend, or maybe two if it's big enough. And like I just said, we lived on a farm, and not only did we have close to 20 cats, we had close to 50 to 60 chickens. I lost count after a certain amount of time. Chickens seem to, Tractor Supply chick days was my weakness. My husband would always allow me to get 6 to 12 new baby chicks, and we had a lot of chickens, a lot of eggs. I did sell my eggs. So I made this from the Pinker and Pumpkin freebie, Pinker and Pumpkin quilting blog. I'm going to say that slow. And this was her most recent freebie, and it was called Snowflakes, Sledding, and Chickens. And there it is, right here. This was fun. I enjoy little stitches every now and then. I enjoy, you know, this instant gratification, it seems like, of having something finished. I love the way she finished it, but I'm not a very crafty person. I sew, I stitch, but when it comes to doing things like, you know, gluing, glue gun, stuff like that, I'm not terribly handy with that kind of thing. But I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I enjoy it, my little thing, and I want it to show. And the reason I chose this, like I said, we did have a lot of chickens, and they did have their own yard. It was about a half an acre of chicken yard, but we had 20 acres. And so what I would do is every now and then I'd open up the gates, and as I was working around the farm or whatever, I would, you know, watch him. We had a Pyrenees, and so he guarded over his chickens well. And they would follow me everywhere I went. I have video of chickens just following me. You know, I'm trying to get stuff done, and they're just following me all over the place. They followed me and my daughter, and my middle child, my middle son, my youngest son. They would follow him around, and so they were fun. I love chickens. They're hilarious. They do dumb things, but they're fun to have. And then I have an FFO. And you'll remember this from last week. I showed you this last week. And so I finally finished it. I bought, this is it right here. I bought this little tray at the Dollar Tree. And I painted it black. And then I mounted it with a little bit of batting on that sticky board. And I used magnets on the back to hold it on. There's magnets on the back of the sticky board. And there's magnets on the back of the tray. I just need to get my husband to go to Lowe's with me one day and get some hooks for the back of it. But I love it. I love it. It's sitting on my entertainment center, reminding me that I don't need to purchase anything new, which didn't happen because I went to my creative reuse store and bought some stuff. So my weekend stitch for this coming weekend is going to be this, and this is a freebie by Hello by Liz Matthews on her Instagram. And it is Hope, and I think she's gonna, I don't know how many she's gonna come out with, but it's a newsletter freebie, so you have to subscribe to her newsletter. But I love it. It's 2 patterns in one. There's this one, and then there's one that's a tree laying on its side with the word Hope above it. I'm gonna do this one, and if I do have time this weekend, I'm gonna do the second one, maybe as a bookmark or something. I haven't really decided yet what I'm gonna do. But I do want to do the big one. I need to find some fabric. I have some small pieces of white Aida that I might try to dye. And but I don't have any blue dye. But I have some blue fabric paint. And Mama Loves You GB talked about watering it down. And she had tried it and it came out really good. So I might try to do that and see if that works. But I don't have much time because, you know, the weekend. And I'll use something from here. This is my flea market floss, thrift store floss. So I'll choose a color from here. I think I know which one I'm going to use, probably like one of these, if I can get a blue. Ada or whatever. So that is my stitching. I'm not I don't have a huge amount of whips that I work on. I get a little confused if I do that. So that's why I'm doing these smalls where I can just kind of let my mind get away from pandemic or the Riola style or something to that effect. And I can stitch on something small and complete something and feel like I've accomplished something in my life. So on to my haul. Like I said, this is a thrift store that I visit, and y'all can see I got some fabric. It is a creative reuse store. They support the arts in our area, and so it is strictly donations and volunteers that work there. I absolutely love this store. I love the concept. I love that I can get all kinds of neat things. I love that I can get DMC for 25 cents. If they have it, I can get, I've actually picked up overdyed Classic Colorworks for 50 cents. So yeah, I enjoy it. And I like supporting them. It's better than this stuff going to a landfill or going to some thrift store that's going to charge you. I've been to one thrift store and they charged $1 for a skein of DMC. And I told the lady, I said, I can go to Joann's and get a full unpurchased skein for less. And they were like, well, you know. So anyway, I love this store. So my first thing I'm going to show you is this bag right here. This bag, I paid $2 for them. Not too shabby. And it's basically just a little grab bag of pieces. Some of them, the person who had them before started stitching on it, and I'll just cut around it. And it's got these little tiny pieces for little snowflakes or hearts or something that I can do. It's got some decent sized pieces, like this one. I mean, this is a decent sized piece of, it looks like it's either Hardanger. It looks like Hardanger. I'm going to say it's Hardanger. Which I've cross-stitched on before, and I enjoy it. I like it. It's very Ada-ish. It's got some even weave in here. Just a lot of neat pieces. So $2. I always pick these up along with bags of floss, even if the floss is not DMC, because I use it for my my smalls that I do on the weekends. Then I picked up this for $1.50. It is a 22 count Hardanger. It's kind of creamy in nature. It says it's 15 by 18, and I did not notice anything cut out of it, so I do believe it's a full piece. And then I got this piece right here of 28 count even weave for $3. And it is a full piece. I checked it already. 15 by 18. So that's pretty exciting. And then I got this for $1.50. A mystery, which I do believe it looks like even weave. It does not look like linen, but it was $1.50. And 15 by 18. Again, not cut into. And then there was this piece of 32 count pure Irish linen, which I thought was kind of neat. It's been cut into, so it's not a full piece. It's not full. It's, I'm going to say the largest spot is 12 by 12. It's got a little chunk cut out. So the rest of it is like 12 by 12. Not huge, but it was $1.50. So could not pass that up. And then my favorite purchase so far is this piece of linen. So it's what? 24 inches, maybe? 26 inches. $3. And it's a full piece. There's nothing cut out of it. It's pretty much a big piece of linen. So I'm excited about that. I don't stitch on linen for big pieces, but I do for my smalls. So this will be good for some of my smalls that I want to do. And then I picked up a 18 count Ada. When I do stitch on Ada, I do love 18 count. 18 count is probably my happy spot. I will probably coffee and tea dye this like I do most of my 1980s beige Ada. So this is fun. This was a good purchase. And then I got this piece of Zweigart Davos. Davos, however you want to pronounce it. It was $1.50. It's a full piece. It's never been opened. 18 by 18. It resembles even weave, maybe. It kind of looks like if even weave and linen had a baby. And this is it, Davos. I'm gonna look it up a little bit more. I kind of looked it up and saw that it is a thing, but their Davos did not look like this Davos, so I'm not quite sure exactly what this is. But I'm gonna do a little more research and find out. And then my favorite purchase, the whole reason I had my husband take me to this thrift store is I'm like, I need a hoop. I need a hoop for the cats. Usually I stitch in hand if it's a small enough item. But this one, I needed a hoop. I've never done something that's full coverage-ish. And so I was having a hard time with direction. And I'm like, I need a hoop. I want to see if they have some hoops or Q-snaps or something that I can use. And so this right here, it was a 11 by 11 needlework frame for $6. And it was, I pulled it out, asked the lady, you mind if I open this? And she said, no, go ahead. And it was branded Q-snap. So brand new, never used. Q-snap for my Riola's cats, feline family, for $6.50. There was another one there. It was a smaller one. And I think next time I go, if it's still there, I'm going to see if it is actually branded Q-snap, because I may pick it up. Q-snaps are something I tried once before and I didn't like them, but I'm really kind of enjoying it. I'm enjoying, you know, using it. When I do my pandemic, I use a little hoop. I focus on one little area, because if I look at that big thing, I just go, no. So I have to focus on a little area. So this is the size hoop I use on pandemic. But for my smalls, I stitch in hand. I don't hoop that. And then I got, like I said, she sells DMC for 25 cents. A couple of things of Blanc, white DMC. This one is a little more beigey, so I don't know if it just got dirty. Somebody tried to dye it, but it does say Blanc. So not quite sure about that. And then I got a skein of 632 brown. Like I said, 25 cents. I'm not going to pass it up. Even if it has a little bit missing, I still feel like I'm getting a better deal than anywhere else. And it's not going to a landfill. So that makes me happy. And then she had a box, a shoe box of trims, sewing trims. And I was looking for some rickrack for all those free Christmas ornaments that I downloaded last year. And so I got, they were marked 75 cents. So I thought that was pretty good, because rickrack is hard. As big as rickrack is now, it's hard to find in the stores. So I got these little petite rickracks, red and green, made by different people. This one is a JP Coats, and this is a Trim Text by Wright. So that's pretty cool. I thought they were sweet and tiny, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with them, but they were cute, and I bought them. And then I bought some Wright's Baby Rick Rack. It's a little bit bigger. And then I bought Medium Rick Rack by American Thread, and I actually have some floss by them. That was, I believe, my grandmother's or maybe my mom's when she was first married. Those all kind of mixed up together. So, but American Thread. So 75 cents for each little pack. I was excited. It made me happy to get that. So that's my haul. You won't have a haul every week because, like I said, I am on a Stitch from Stash, except for those 2 thrift stores that I go to. And so that's it. That's all I have today. Hopefully next week I'll have a little bit more on the cat sow, the Riola sow. The reason I chose Tuesday is because on Wednesday you do have to, in order to be entered, you have to post every Wednesday on Instagram. And I'll try to link that down below for you guys, so that if you want to get involved. I don't know if it's too late. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's why I do stitching it on Tuesdays, because it allows me to remember to post it on Wednesdays and have progress. And then, like I said, pandemic is my weekday stitch, and that kind of consumes me. Not sure if I'm going to continue that or not. We'll see. I did get aggravated with it and put it aside, and on Monday I picked up the cats because I said, you know what, yesterday I said, pandemic, you are in timeout. And I picked up cats, and while I was stitching on cats, I realized how to fix it. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I put the cats down, and I picked up Pandemic, and I worked on it and finished it. And so that's how I'm doing things. So thank you again for coming. I know I ramble a lot. Hopefully I'll learn to make notes and keep myself a little bit more organized in what I do. But that's pretty much my life. I'm not a very organized person. My thoughts aren't organized. My life isn't organized. I'm lucky that my husband has stayed with me for 32 years. He's very OCD and very organized, but he puts up with my stuff. So thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it. And again, like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll be back next week. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. And you'll see me next week. Thank you. Bye.